The alarm that greeted women's involvement in high-stakes gaming was informed by a different set of anxieties than the prospect of financial ruin that accompanied male homosocial play. Gaming had always been seen to pose an additional moral hazard for women, as gaming debts owed to men could be deployed, it was thought, to leverage sexual favours, a possibility depicted in Hogarth's painting, The Lady's Last Stake. It was a woman's virtue that was thought to be at primary risk, and the loss of fortune, whether hers or her family's, was only incidental. The Marquis of Halifax, in his advice to a daughter near the end of the previous century, relayed an inventory of reproaches that would be levelled at a woman who played for high stakes, culminating in the assertion that a man of her class who won money of her would be thought no unfair creditor, if where the estate faileth he seizeth upon the person. In a satire of 1728, a husband whose spouse loses 500 guineas in a single evening is advised, "No matter, sir, your wisest ways to pay, not question her, lest by strict honour taught if you delay, this needful debt she with her person pay, and for refusing this so just demand, the sharper get an heir to all your land." Assumptions like these doomed the female coterie and subsequently dogged the Pharaoh ladies. It did not help their case that in the 1780s, before the Pharaoh banks at their regular assemblies became common knowledge in print culture, the only metropolitan gaming concerns known to be operated by women were associated with brothels, including 2 high-end accommodations, Mother Wilden's in Pall Mall and the Abbey in King's Place. A writer to the Town and Country magazine identified 2 brothels in the parish of St Marylebone, where there are EO tables under the auspices of 2 lady abbesses, where their nuns assist, and act in the double capacity of sharpers and female seducers. If women of the beau monde were to gamble as high as their male counterparts, it would have to be in company with men in domestic settings. Anna Clark speculates that it was the failure of the coterie that gave rise to the gaming concerns hosted by the celebrated Pharaoh ladies that operated out of aristocratic households in St James's Square over the next 2 decades. Horace Walpole, writing to Henry Seymour Conway in March 1781, suggested that both established banks at subscription clubs and those that floated among the townhouses of St James's Square were of relatively recent origin. He naively predicted that none of these ventures would prosper for very long, as the bankers find that all the calculated advantages do not balance pinchbeck parolees and debts of honourable women. Other evidence suggests, along the lines of Walpole's observation, that if women without immediate access to the same resources as men could not be relied on to settle gaming debts promptly, if at all, that was simply a cost of doing business.